It's the Playhouse 194 New Shoes on a Flush the Format Friday. MK Zeros. We pull a TRQ, a totally random question out of the box of totally random questions. And today's TRQ. What wild reason did you end up in the emergency room? For what wild reason did you end up in the emergency room? I suppose just maybe something a little bit more intense than like I was just really sick. You know, something kind of intense happened. That's probably what's being implied there. 237, it's text 35270. You got an answer to the TRQ this morning. Totally random question. You ever be in the emergency room there, Amy K?
I have been in the emergency room more times than I can even count. Yeah. The strangest one that I still can't believe it happened. When I was younger, I was on our driveway playing with chalk, just drawing. So I was sitting on my knees. I had my hand under my knee, and I must have kneeled so hard on my thumb, I broke my thumb.
What kind of super legs do you have that you broke your own thumb? Wow.
I was a small child, so I don't understand how I did it. If I was just so bony that my bone crushed my other bone. And I had broken my other thumb like the year before. I smashed that one into a car door. It was wintertime, but luckily I had gloves on, so it wasn't as bad. And I had to go to the hospital for that. And I was really shy as a child, so I didn't want to tell them why. And my mom's like, just tell them what happened. And so she's like, they're going to think I'm abusing you if you aren't talking.
Well, yeah, because you're being quiet first and foremost, but then like the story seems so odd that they were like,
I kneeled on my own thumb, and I broke my thumb.
Yowza. Honestly, I don't think that any of the reasons I've ever sat in an emergency room are like weird ones. Like, I've been sick, my wife's been sick, the kids have been sick, so it's all just like standard stuff. When I first started dating my wife, one of her friends got a little drunky poo, and like we had to bring her in because she was just so drunk. I was like, this doesn't seem healthy. But I don't know if that's really like wild either. Not the first person to sober up there.
But like not your average reason why you were there.
Yeah,
so that could be a craziest.
I'm sure you can find some people there that stink of booze, I'm sure. You got yourself one of those wild reasons you sat in an emergency room for. 237, it's text 35270. We play Cascada. 8:28 in the morning, 194 home of the Playhouse in the morning. And the totally random question today, what wild reason did you end up in the emergency room?
I thought I punctured my eardrum with a necklace.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It was like a metal choker necklace that I was playing with in a study session, and it slipped out of my fingers and snapped into my ear.
That just sounds gruesome, honestly.
I know. I mean, it's already formed kind of like a hoop, and so you stretch it out to like put it around your neck. And as I was sort of playing with it, it slipped out of my fingers and it bounced back into shape, which like made it jam into my ear.
So did you have some real problems then, or?
No, I didn't have, thankfully it did not puncture my eardrum. It just really, really, really hurt.
Making my ear hurt.
It does, yeah. It makes me just feel,
we've seen some people like, yep, definitely been in the emergency room for a weird reason.
Went to the emergency room as a kid because my sister brought the old car wiper inside, and for whatever reason, I was holding it when the babysitter ripped it out of my hand. I ended up with a clip going through my finger, and someone else had smashed my middle finger flat in the garage door. Took out almost 2 months to heal. And someone else said I sneezed, and I was in so much pain after. And then after a couple hours of that pain still being there, went to the ER. Turns out my sneeze broke one of my ribs.
Oh, jeez.
How, vicious of a sneeze.
This is one of those, the whole topic is going to make my body hurt, honestly. So you ended up in the emergency room, but not for like a typical reason. In your mind, it was like kind of a wild one. What is that wild reason you end up in the emergency room? 237, it's give us a text if you'd rather. 35270. 8:30 in the morning on this Flush the Format Friday, playing Dev in the Dark. 194 on the Playhouse. More music all day. And the totally random question this morning, 194 Morning Playhouse on this Flush the Format Friday. What wild reason did you end up in the emergency room?
Nothing real wild, but I've been in the emergency room, yeah.
What got you there?
I was sick.
Like throwing up, or what was the thing that got you there?
No, I scratched my cornea. Well,
oh, sweet
my
God.
brother scratched my cornea,
Listen, you said it wasn't crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
How in the world do you scratch your cornea? What did this guy do to you?
We were kids, and we were playing like a game where, you spin the spinner, and I was standing behind him, and he spun it and flicked his finger up and hit me in the eye and scratched my cornea.
Oh.
What do they do for you? Then you got like the little patch thing? Did he think you're supposed to play Pirates?
Yeah, I had to put drops in. I had to go back the next day, and we were staying at my grandparents' house. My grandmother was like a nervous wreck, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah. So, but there's no it's fine now. It healed up.
Oh, yeah. I was a little kid when it happened.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you're all healed up and don't have to talk like this. Arr, I can't believe you hurt me eye.
And you don't have the patch anymore.
Arr. Well, I guess, yeah. Did she say that? There's no patch?
Yeah.
Okay. Arr, what we have for text messages there, Amy K?
Someone said once I got 2 magnets stuck in my nose. They connected in my nose, and when I tried to get them out, they got stuck even higher up my nose. The doctor said he had never seen anything like that before. Someone else said years ago, Christmas Day, I dislocated my knee attempting to kick my brother during a fighting match. And someone else said, I'm actually an ER doc. About once a year, we'll have a young female who comes into the ER with her family because her fingers turn blue. They usually Google it, think it's some sort of strange disease. And 100% of the time, the patient just has brand new jeans on. Without saying a word, I'll grab an alcohol swab, wipe the blue dye off their hands, and then I do the same thing with their jeans to show them it's the same color.
And you got yourself some wild reason you ended up in the ER. Good morning.
Well, I ate this salmon burger, and I started throwing up profusely. I could not stop. And I don't even know if it was because the burger was bad or there was something wrong with my stomach. But I started dry heaving, and I think I threw up like 100 times. And I went to the emergency room, and just my luck, there was this really sexy nurse. And it was a male nurse. And I was looking like death, and I actually had a crush on him right away. And I tried to flirt with him, but I was literally throwing up into a bag every second. So it was terrible.
So, what do you like to do for fun? Also, if you're not doing anything this weekend, yeah, that's not going to work.
Can we just not get burgers?
I don't think barf cute is a thing. That doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Here's what's coming up